Hey y'all, I just pulled up to the house and I said, wait, before you take all your stuff out of the truck and take it in the house, let the people know what your essential gear items are when you go to these competition matches. And not specifically IDPA, although I specifically shoot IDPA matches, I can use this gear for whatever competition I'm shooting. So USPSA, PCSL, those are some of the few that I've been shooting, but primarily I shoot IDPA. So I want to show y'all before I took everything in the house what it is that I absolutely have to have at these matches. Now, the guys are out here cutting grass, but I don't think y'all can hear them. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of the audio. If not, please forgive me. Let's start with what I wear. So I wear this probably every match. I don't go to the match without this stuff at all. It kind of like aids into my performance. So first, it's one of these sunproof long sleeve, very stretchy, kind of spandex, breathable shirts. And I actually got this off of Amazon. And I'll try my best to link the stuff that I can down in the comments or down in the description. But again, this is one of my favorites. I need to get more of these actually. It was only like, I want to say like $15 compared to some of the other ones like you see most of these shooters shooting with. You know, to each his own. I always like to go with the budget option first, and then if the budget option doesn't work, then I'll spend my money because I know you pay for what you get, and if you go and buy like the $60 ones, you're gonna really like it. However, I went for the budget option, so I can wear this. I've got a couple others that are not this brand, but I can wear this every Saturday, every match. It doesn't even matter because it feels good in the sun. It keeps the sun off my arms, but also it keeps your sweat in, keeping you cool. And then inside, I'm a cold nature person anyway, so it kind of works. Next are my bottoms. So these are the McGillen, I think that's how you say it, shorts, the women's shorts. And I actually opted for these, once again, budget friendly option. And these were, I think, maybe less than $20. So I went with this option, breathable, stretchy. The only thing I don't like about these is that they're kind of loose. So this is a medium. I probably should have went for a small only because the belt system that I run, I want it to fit tight up against my body. I don't want to have to like adjust it at all. And I feel like in these shorts, I have to do that. But my main shorts that I go to, my 511 shorts. So if you ever heard of the brand 511, these shorts are the bomb. They're a little bit more cargo-ish like, tons of pockets and storage options. You got little pockets in the back, you got your back pockets, again, more pockets in the back. And the way that you run your firearms and belt system on these type of pants makes it feasible for whenever you have a belt on. If you're carrying outside the waistband, you can still get to your pockets. Whereas these shorts, these not even really made for competition. They're just like really, everyday lifestyle shorts. The pockets are a little bit difficult to get to because they're kind of like your standard. So I'm going to take my 511 shorts all day long. I actually need to get more of these. The problem is the 511 that's near me don't be having them in stock. So I'm going to have to order me some more, but these are my go-to. And by the way, everything that I'm naming in this video today is bought with my own money. I did not receive a lot of this stuff. This is what I'll say. A lot of this stuff, nobody sent it to me. I will let you know what was sent to me, but I'm not sponsored. This video is not sponsored. Next is my shoes. These are the McGillen shoes. Again, I went with the budget option. Everybody is going with the Solomons, and I will go with the Solomons eventually. But I said, let me just try something that's a little bit more affordable, which these were like $40, maybe less than that. They've been working, haven't had an issue. They're not tearing up. I do know that when I was running my other shoes, I think I was running the Yeezy Boost. Probably shouldn't have been wearing those in rocks, but I was slipping a lot. I've noticed that with these, I don't slip as often, and that's because of the terrain. That's because of the material on the bottom of the shoe is built for rocks and gravel. So those are my shoes. My trusty dusty sun visor hat by Nike. I've been running this ever since I started shooting. So this is over a year years worth, where you can see, probably not, it's probably too dark, but there is a little mark there where I keep my camera on. That goes to show you how much I use this hat. This hat comes with me to every single match. All right, that's my apparel. I wear the same, Nike socks, whatever, that doesn't matter. Socks is socks. But let's get to the gear itself. So my first thing is my belt. So many of you have asked me, like, Summer, what are you running now? And the answer is I'm running inside the waistband. I'm running appendix inside the waistband now, as opposed to outside the waistband with my vest, with my gun on the outside of my pants or my belt. I'm running inside the waistband now, and I opted to go for the Hunter Constantine inside the waistband belt. This belt was worth every dime. It was worth every dime. And I got it because I shot my first PCSL match that Hunter put on at Mission 160 in White, Texas. And in order for you to compete and, get some of the awards and stuff, you actually had to be shooting with the belt. So I bought the belt right on site, and then I've been running it ever since. I really like how it felt at that match, which encouraged me to run IDPA the same way. So this is the belt. I like how it's sturdy in the front, but then you have your flexible part in the back. So this part, the rigid part, sits in your front. That way when you put your holster on, it's very sturdy, but in the back, super flexible. This thing is so comfortable. I have no issues with this belt running 3 and 4 hours a day at a match. I've never had an issue. It doesn't poke, it doesn't hurt. Top tier belt. I'm just saying. With the belt comes my holster. This holster is from A&R Design, and it is a double magazine pouch holster. So it did originally come with just one pouch on the side here, and I opted to take that one off and add the double pouch because in competition shooting, you just want to have as much as you can, and I needed 2 mags on me just in case things happen, like it did a couple matches ago where I did not load my mag to capacity and I only had like 1 or 2 rounds in that mag. So luckily I had a 3rd mag to finish the course. Things like that pop up, so you want to make sure you have as many mags as possible. I do have my Vetter holsters padding that I put on the back here. So since I'm carrying inside the waistband, this part of the holster, the Kydex part of the holster in the bottom, was digging into my pelvic area. And so I went and looked in my closet and I got out my padding from Vetter holsters. I kind of cut it down to what I want it to be. And now when I put it here, super comfortable. I have no issues with it. I did makeshift a little magnet right here on the front. That way in IDPA, you're allowed to have a magnet only for holding your first mag there before you start shooting, and then you put that mag in, and then after shooting, when they say unload and show clear, you can take that mag out and put it on your magnet to hold it in place. That way you're not stuffing it back into the mag pouches, just trying to be as efficient as possible. But you cannot use the magnet to reload or have quicker reloads, basically. So for those of you out there who think that's the case, that's not the case. This is just before and after running the course of fire. So that's my holster. I'm not going to show y'all the gun. Most of y'all already know what gun it is. It is the SIG P211. But because I'm not at the range, I don't need YouTube flagging me about having a firearm out in front of my house. So SIG P211, and I am running these are the AXG Legion mags. I really do like that about the SIG P211 is that I don't have to run the 2011 mags. I can run the standard P320 mags, AXG Legion mags, and they work. I've not had an issue at all with these magazines. They have been working. Again, the Firearm, and again, we're talking about the things that I absolutely cannot go to a match without. Now, I do have my bags. This is my Gritter tote bag. And then this is my Gritter. Well, that's my Gritter briefcase, but this is my Gritter like duffel bag. And that has all the things that I need in it. Deodorant, sunscreen, tools, backup stuff. So the backup things that I do take is a backup gun. I take my outside the waistband stuff that I used to do before I did inside the waistband. Just in case something goes wrong with my inside the waistband setup, I got my outside the waistband set up for backup, just in case I need to. So that includes my vest, that includes my magazine pouches, and that includes my outside the waistband holster for my P211. Definitely have to have ear pro. Recently, in my last video or video before that, I showed y'all these new glasses that Gritter sent out to the channel for me to try. And so I tried them for the first time at a local match. And these are that amber lens, or these are those amber lens with the purple frames. And then with this comes two other lenses. You got your clear lenses, and then you have like your black or smoke gray lenses. So you can change them out however you want to, whatever you want to. Real easy. Snap the frames off, snap this frame off, snap the nose bridge off, and then put your new lenses on. I really, really do like the amber lenses on these. I was able to pick up my dot really well, and the sun didn't seem like it was beaming as hard with these on. So these are now my go-to. I will be switching to my clear lens when I go shoot indoors, but these are the Gritter interchangeable frames and lenses. When it comes to my ear pro, y'all already know my gripe with over the head ear protection. I can't do it. For some reason, it squeezes like my jawline and my temple. I can start out maybe one stage with those on, but after that, it just feels like it is like literally squeezing my face. So I had to go with earplugs, and these are the Surefire EP3 Defender earplugs. And guys, they have been working. And guess what else? They're budget friendly. I actually got these from Walmart, and I believe they were $20. These are what they look like, little tiny earplugs. You plug them in your ear. The only downfall with these is like you really can't hear people talking to you. You can't really hear like the outside noises. It suppresses the gunshots and the sound really well, but when someone's speaking to you, you kind of gotta, lean in, and then when you're talking, you're probably a little bit louder than what you're supposed to be. That doesn't matter to me. These work. I can wear these all day and have no issue with them. So these are my go-to. I did try out the Axel earplugs this last match, and I believe I got to the third stage and I had to take them out. These are what they look like. They're similar to the Surefire Focus. There you go. Maybe not. They're similar to the Surefire plugs, but they just fit a little bit different. And you can change out the earplugs on these as well as the Surefire, but I prefer my Surefire over these because I'm going for comfort every single time before I go for style. And then one other thing that I always take is my camera. So I either use my iPhone 16, I think it's a Pro, iPhone 16 Pro, or I use my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and then I also use my Insta360 Go 3S that you see on my hat when I run the POV. It's actually on the charger. All of it is on the charger, actually. So I don't have that out here, but I do make sure I always capture the footage. Whether I post it or not, I just want to make sure I watch it back to see how well or how well I didn't shoot a particular match. But y'all, as far as like going outside at the match, I do take my wagon. I don't want to like hold it up because it's pretty heavy, but this is my wagon from Costco. I originally had it for my kids, but then when I got into competition shooting, I realized that I needed something to carry all this stuff just in case. And so I use my wagon. It works, but I'm actually about to switch, I believe, to the S3 range cart. If you know, you know. That is like one of the most efficient ways to go to a competition match and have everything you need literally in one square. Instead of having a wagon, you got to break the wagon up. You got to put everything in the wagon. And then when you're done shooting, you got to break the wagon down, throw everything back in there. The S3 range cart literally is like a cart that has all your essentials in it. And you just put it in your truck, take it out, use it, put it right back in. There's no unloading of anything. You don't have to do any of that. And so hopefully I can get my hands on that here pretty soon. I know they've been out of stock of a lot of things lately, but hopefully I can get my hands on that cart because it's going to make my life a little bit easier when it comes to going to these competitions. All right, y'all, that's the quick and easy. That's how simple it is for me. I don't need anything complicated. Shooting competition is already complicated enough, especially IDPA. So my gear, I want it to be as simple as possible. I make sure I have it every single time. I've never left the house and forgot something. Well, early on in my competition journey, I used to forget stuff. But now I've got the hang of what I need. I know how to pack it. And I know if I have these 2 bags, everything I need is in these bags, and then I pack it in the truck. So that's my essential gear for competition shooting. You guys let me know down in the comment section if you have any questions about the things that I've shown you today, or if you felt like I missed something, because I'm pretty sure I did. But for the most part, everything that I need essentially is right here, what I showed you today. So y'all let me know what y'all take to the competition matches that y'all didn't see here today. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Until next time, stay on, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.